Hi, my name is Mark Anderson, and I'm going to do a brief overview of some of the key assignments in the Aspire Teacher Residency class on literacy development for secondary teachers. I myself am a secondary teacher. I've been teaching for about 13 years. I taught for about 4 years in the middle school level, and the rest of those I've been teaching 10th, 11th, and 12th grade English. I have been teaching this class with my wife, Rebecca Anderson, who's a teacher at Monarch Academy, and she's going to be this year teaching the class for primary educators, and I'll be teaching the class for secondary educators. The other video this week talks about overall the concept. This video I just wanted to give you an overview of the assignments you'll find on the Sakai site, and just kind of breaking down or talking you through some of the things that are on the syllabus. So a key thing that you might want to look at for this is you're going to want your content area reading text by Vaca, and this is a textbook designed for you, for somebody who's teaching possibly ELA in the 6th through 12th grades, or possibly science, social studies, and math. And so this is going to be a great tool for us to figure out, for you to figure out how do you make literacy come alive in your classroom. And you're also going to want to take a look at, throughout this video, the calendar and the syllabus that you can find, because I'm going to just walk you through some of the key assignments. First of all, I wanted you to notice on Sakai, there's the sidebar on the left, and I wanted to draw your attention to the key. There's a lot of stuff there. I want you to draw your attention to the key things on that sidebar that you're going to use and that will be useful to you. Of course, announcements, when those come out, you want to take a look at those. Those might tell you that a specific reading is up, or that a specific assignment has been made available, or it might give you updates on things that are being graded or clearing up any questions. The syllabus, of course, you want to refer back to. I know many of you have already received it and printed it out. Resources. This is a really important place on the sidebar. For a lot of the assignments, they require you to download PDFs of specific literacy assessments. You're going to find those under resources. Also, many of the articles come in PDF format, and those are under resources as well. So when an assignment refers you to resources, that's where you're going to find those. Forums, that's where we're going to have our weekly discussions on the readings. There's another link that says discussion forums. That's different. The discussion forums is where you can ask a question about the course, and I can respond to it there, so that if anybody else has the same question, instead of having 4 or 5 different people ask the same question, they can go and see that the question's already been asked, and they can get my response there in discussion forums. And then finally, assignments is where you're going to want to go every week to download that week's assignment. Some of the assignments have links to videos and to readings as well. And this year, the weekly assignments consist of the reading, so there'll be usually a chapter, sometimes 2 chapters in the Vodka textbook, and in addition there'll be articles. Sometimes the articles will be specific to your content area, and sometimes they'll be more general about literacy. There'll also be sometimes links to videos and podcasts. Once you've done your reading, you're going to want to go to you're going to want to click on forums. There'll be a question for the day, a question for the week. There's actually going to be 2 forums per week, and I'd like you to choose one of those forums, and the requirement is that you would participate in that forum at least 3 times throughout the week. If you've noticed that at least 6 people have already joined that forum, go ahead and join the other forum instead, because I found that in online discussions, once there's more than 6 participants in a particular discussion, they get a little, it's hard to scroll through everybody else's comments. It's hard to make it kind of feel authentic or like we're really talking to each other. So to kind of work around that, we'll have 2 different forums for each week. You're responsible for reading what everybody else has posted, and posting 3 different times throughout the week. The idea is we're not meeting as a class, but we still want to process the information and process our experiences in the classroom through this discussion. And so please don't log on at the end of the week and do your 3 comments all in one day. Try to read what other people have said throughout the week and make it like a conversation, because that's such a valuable part of learning in a classroom. Okay, and the next thing I just wanted you to notice is that there will be 6 learning logs that you'll do. This will vary on whatever our readings are for the week or what you've been doing in the classroom, but these are another chance to take your reading and in a slightly more formal way than the discussions, synthesize your reading, talk about ways you've been applying principles from our readings into the classroom, into some of the stuff you've been doing with your students. And then the 4th type of assignments are the projects, and there's 4 of those for this class. For the first 4 weeks, you're going to do a culture project. This is going to have you look around and see what's the literacy culture like in your classroom, in your school. One of the fun elements of this project is that you're actually going around with your camera and taking pictures of what does the literacy culture look like at your school. The second project, you're going to choose a student, so start thinking about what student you might choose. This should be a student who's reading below grade level at your classroom, and you're going to want to work with that student and administer a series of assessments throughout the 4-week period, and then you're going to write up a case study saying what did you learn from these assessments and what recommendations would you give moving forward working with the student on their literacy development. And then finally, the 3rd project is a lesson and unit planning project. You'll take a specific unit from your content area and think about what lesson plans would best help your students access the content. It's particularly the literacy specific content from that unit. And the final thing is a review of literature, and you'll get a prompt talking about a specific problem or issue that might come up in literacy instruction, and you'll get to choose a particular topic and go out and do some research and find out what does some of the current research say about a particular literacy issue. And the idea being there is that you'll be able to dive into something really specific to your content area and see what the current conversation in your discipline is around literacy instruction. Okay, so that's a brief overview of the key assignments that you'll be responsible for. Please email if you have any questions, but I'm really looking forward to hearing what you learn throughout the course and hearing about your work with your students. Okay, good luck. I know a lot of you are starting school this week, and so have a great time. Enjoy getting to know your classrooms and your class and your students. Have a good night.